Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The limit up to which we and our efforts can take us is only in the material world. See, for example, we study, and in that study we can maximum explore up to the matter to where we can reach. For example, about the knowledge that we take place or the knowledge we gather in this world. How do we gather the knowledge? Objects are cognized by the sense organs. Sense organs are supported by the mind. The mind receives the images of the worldly objects, and thereafter the knowledge takes place. Up to here we can go. But the main question remains, to whom the knowledge takes place? See? Unless this I is clearly understood, we will be only struggling in life. So for us, what is this I? See, on the first day I told you, the study of scriptures is meant for changing our vision about the world. If we have studied scriptures and if our vision has not changed, then we have not studied the scriptures. See? Scriptures are studied only for changing our vision. Our vision about ourselves as to who we are, our vision about the world as to what the world is, our vision about God, who is this God, and our vision about the spiritual practice. If this does not change and we claim that we have been studying and we have been going for the satsanga, it is only self-deception. And a person deceives never anyone else. A person always deceives himself or herself. We don't deceive others. We deceive ourselves. And the load of deception is felt when we become old. Because to deceive you have to be very alert. See? Like many people ask me many questions and I bluff them. So I have to be very alert to whom what bluff I have given. If you tell the truth, you don't have to worry. See how simple it is. Like people ask, Swamiji, where are you from? Now how does it matter? But they will not stop, they will ask. So then I have fire. See, I am from Punjab. Second time they ask, where from you are? So I am from Maratha. Then I was caught. Swamiji, sometimes you say you are from Punjab, sometimes you are a Maratha, tell what is the truth. So, third bluff. I am a Paratha. Ma Punjabi, Ma Maratha, ho gaya Paratha. See? Therefore, if we are living in this world, we have to see one basic principle, that we don't deceive ourselves. And all of us constantly are deceiving oneself. What is the self-deception? Self-deception is not honoring one's own experience. That is self-deception. Now what is the one's own experience or knowledge? We all have this knowledge. What is the knowledge we all have? We have early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy and wise. We have this knowledge. But when do we go to sleep? 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And what for? Meditation. Forget about it. Or useless serials. Choti Bahu, Moti Bahu. How does it matter? And when we keep awake late at night, then in the morning, with great difficulty, we get up with the Shambhavi Mudra. आज उठने को दिल ही नहीं कर रहा. How can you? So knowledge we have, but the knowledge is not practiced. This non-application of the knowledge in one's life is the highest deception, and because of this deception, we all suffer in life. See what this 11th chapter is giving us, that we have to understand. We all have two things common. One is the potentiality of knowledge, and second is the potentiality to act. Technically it's called as Dhyana Shakti and Kriya Shakti. All of us have. Now some of us are able to achieve very easily, quickly. Some of us are not able to achieve. So what we do, we blame others. That is the simplest way. See? And this is our default setting. All of us are expert in blaming others. Suppose I am a husband. Suppose, by God's grace, I am saved. Suppose I am a husband. Then who is the cause of my misery? You know? My wife or somebody else's wife. That is the cause of my misery. If I am a father, what is the cause of my misery? My children. So in short, we are expert in blaming others. This is how we have been living. So here, the basic principle is told in this chapter. The principle is, are we honoring our knowledge or not? If we don't honor our knowledge, what exactly happens? See? Psychiatrists, psychology, psychotherapy, they always talk about the unhealthy mind. Once there was one lady from USA, and she happened to come across me at one of the yoga conferences. After my lecture was over, she came, she said, oh, I am very happy to see you. I said, that's your problem, it's not my problem. Then, I will like to take your interview. I said, I don't give interview to anybody. But I want to talk. I said, you may want, I don't want to give. So she left. Then she phoned me from there. I am writing a book on mind according to the Western philosophy and the Eastern philosophy. So Western part I have taken care of. For the Eastern part I want your help. So please tell. I said, what is the time in your place? She said, morning 10 o'clock. I said, in India it is night 10 o'clock. I am not working in a call center, okay? You call when I am awake and you are sleeping. Good night. 3-4 times I made her ring me. Finally she said, please don't brush me like that. Tell me. Then I said, okay, I'll tell you only once and in one line, not beyond that. Then I told, your Western approach to mind is taking for granted that the mind is an unhealthy instrument. You can never think about a healthy mind. I said, in our Eastern approach to the mind is a healthy, infinite potentiality. Explore it. That is the basic difference. Now, what is the reason we are not able to do this? Is only because of this. We do not respect our knowledge in our actions, and our actions are not representing our own knowledge. Now see what happens. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi says, The two potentialities, the mind and the Kriya Shakti, they are the two branches, Shakayordvai, Shakti Mulaka, of one infinite common source. That common source is pure consciousness. It is common for everyone. Now this common source of consciousness, it expresses as knowledge in the form of mind and action in the form of the Prana Shakti. Now when two lines are originating from the same point, they cannot go parallel. They will be always having some angle. And when like these two fingers originating from my palm, now as you can see in these particular two fingers, the distance between the two fingers as at the base is minimum. But as you start going away from the base towards the tip of the fingers, the distance has increased. Exactly this is what happens. When knowledge is not represented in action, the distance between these two potentialities starts widening. And as the distance starts widening, we become more and more disintegrated personalities. And when we are disintegrated, two things happen. One, we lose self-confidence. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. Why? Whenever I thought anything, I had never done it. Therefore, I am expert in to become a failure. The only reason is we have no confidence. So unless there is a self-confidence, we will never be able to progress further. And self-confidence is not self-arrogance, but it is supported by the wisdom of our life. And therefore, these two things, when they are integrated, we come to the source, and here we come to know knowledge and action are one in the wise man. Now see how it is. When we talk about, like some examples are given. I'll give just now example, and then your experience we will analyze. Okay? When we look at the backdrop which is dark, black, try to estimate where are you. Look, don't look at me, look at the backdrop. So you will have an experience that you are away from yourself. Now from there you lift your vision and bring it to my beautiful face. Now your experience is you are approaching nearer to yourself. Now take vision away from my face and bring it to your own eyes. See? And then we come to know that the whole world of names and forms is supported by the vision. Then vision is nothing but expression of the mind. Mind is nothing but manifestation of the consciousness. And this consciousness is one without a second. Therefore, everything is nothing but my own expansion. He who has thus included everything in the definition of I through wisdom, he has the Divya Drishti, the divine vision, by which Arjuna has seen Bhagwan Sri Krishna as the container of totality. See, friends. And when this happens, the differences disappear. See, like when the child is hungry, the mother feels the pangs. When the child is not well, the mother feels miserable. What is the reason? The reason is the mother includes the child in the definition of I. The child is none other than my own extension. The wise man is the one who includes everything in the definition of I and excludes nothing. It is not theoretical. See another example and analysis of our experience. Our waking experiences are different. You are a doctor, you are a patient, you are an engineer, you are a laborer, you are a teacher, you are a professor, you are a principal. Your waking experiences are different from each other. Our dreams are also different from each other. Dreams are not common. One day one person asked me this dream. Swamiji, what kind of dreams you dream? I said, I dream only one dream. And that dream is, I am giving lecture and people are listening. And some of them are sleeping. This is the only dream I get. Really? I said, yes, but one day it was a great dream. And the dream was, I was going somewhere and because of the traffic jam, like in Bangalore, we had to stop. And on the roadside, there was one person who was a, monkey charmer. So he was playing with the monkeys. Dang, 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 dang. And that monkey was dressed like a man. See, our forefathers. And then Gangaram, sabko namaskar karo. The Gangaram goes around, collects money. Thereafter, then Gangaram, they're ready to listen. Yes. Now the monkey charmer says, Gangaram, Rupmati se shadi karoge? Gangaram is so happy, jumping, yes, 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 yes. Another round, another money collected. Then tied down. Gangaram tied down. Then Rupmati taken. Nice modern dress with the bow and haircut type and frock or whatever, I don't know. That all this thing. And then she was moved 2-3 times, collected money. Then again the question. Rupmati, Gangaram se shadi karogi? Everybody is concerned. What happened? What happened? And Rupmati said, thum. And by the time the traffic jam was over and we started moving. And I finished my lecture and came home tired and slept and I had a dream. What was the dream? Dream was Gangaram is giving lecture and Rupmatis are listening. See? Our waking experiences are different from each other. Our dream experiences are different from each other. But our deep sleep experience is common. Because in deep sleep experience, there is no sense of otherness. My deep sleep and your deep sleep, this cannot be a right wording. See? You must have seen sometime in the winter, some people sleep, on the roadside, wherever they get a place. So, man, woman, young, old, dogs, cats and goats, everyone is sleeping. That time, the man is not a man, the dog is not a dog, the cat is not a cat, because the experience of the deep sleep is common for all of us. It is not separate. The separation begins the moment we are identified with the body. See? And when we are not identified with the body, we are so cheerful and happy. See? One day I went to somebody's house for food. And I said, hey, where is my baby? I want to go. No, Swamiji is sleeping. I said, nothing sleeping. I have to lift him and kiss him. I can't hold anymore. and I went to that place to catch the child. The mother came and pulled me back. Swamiji, don't. I said, look here, man, how sweet he is. He is sweet only when he is sleeping. The moment he is awake, he is a Rakshasa. Don't wake him up. Now, what is the reason? The reason is, in the deep sleep, I is no more limited to one body. This experience of sleep is Vishwarupa Darshan in the waking state. See, friends. And once we recognize this principle, then we will slowly start getting rid of differences. Differences, when they create differentiation, it is samsara. When differences do not create differentiation, it is realization of the truth. See, our left hand is different from the right hand, legs are different from the stomach, eyes are different from the nose. They are different. But do we differentiate among them? See, friends, in the same manner, Bhagavan showed Arjuna this divine form, Vishwarupa. And this Vishwarupa was experienced by Arjuna only after Divyam Dadamite Chakshu Pashyame Yogamaishwaram. When the Divya Chakshus were given to Arjuna. See? And what is the Divya Chakshu? Divya Chakshu is going beyond the limitations of our sense organs and the mind. That is Divya Chakshu. See, take one or two examples. By our eyes, we see only a spectrum of Vibgyor light waves, starting from the violet up to the red. These 7 and in between light waves are seen by our eyes. And if we insist that all that I can see by my eyes, that alone is the truth, we are in Maya. But if we are able to appreciate, no, the things are much more than what our senses, what our mind, what our intellect can comprehend. And with that understanding, when we look at the world, this is how the great scientists have discovered different rays, beyond the Vibgyor rays, the alpha rays, the beta rays, the X-rays, how they are discovered? Because of this Divya Drishti. No, there are rays, light waves beyond these limitations. See, friends. Now apply the same principle in our life. Our life is what? From the womb it begins and in the tomb it ends. This is the Charma Chakshu. But what is the Divya Drishti? Divya Drishti is we existed before this body was born. We are existing in this body and we continue to exist after the body is dropped. Now if this knowledge really takes place, what will happen? The fear of death will disappear from our mind. See, friends, we are all caught up in this body identification. And the more we work on this, how do we get rid of body identification? What will be the experience like if I am embodied other than the body? What does it mean? Work on this. Not the mechanical, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Like the many flies have come on some dead thing. See, friends. And when this kind of japa is done, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Do you know, Bhagavan gets confused. Kisko bula raha? That is not the way. Now start playing spirituality. If I am someone other than the body, what will be the experience like? Now play. See what is happening to your mind. Spiritual life is working on the mind. Samsara is working by the mind. We normally work by the mind. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Macharya, mind, yours, good, bad, friends, enemies, achievement, failures. This is working by the mind. Start working on the mind. If I am someone other than the body, what will be the experience like? Now play. One or two points or pointers I will give you. Rest you work on that. If I am other than the body, what does it mean? It means the attributes of the body do not belong to me. Like I am other than the mic. Then whatever the mic has, that is not mine. If the mic falls, I don't fall. If the mic makes electronic onkar, sometimes they make moo like that. I am not making it. Now apply the same principle. If I am other than the body, what does it mean? Work on this. What is body? Body is born. It grows vertically first, horizontally next, becomes old, abode of all the diseases, and one day the body dies. Now apply. If I am other than the body, what does it mean? I am not born. I have not grown vertically or horizontally. I have not become unhealthy, and I have not died. Now, evaluate this statement. Do we have the experience of our birth? Do we have the experience of our growth? Do we have the experience of our death? And do we have the experience of our absence? This experience is spiritual practice. You have disappeared. When you disappear, there are no efforts. Like when we go to sleep. What happens in sleep? When I want to sleep, when this I disappears, sleep begins. In the same manner, when this I disappears, I the man, woman, I the husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, father, in-law, outlaw, everything disappears, but the truth continues to be. And the moment again I is born, by identification with the body, and again come back, the same tamaku, same chuna, rabdor, khao, husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, Swamiji, I want to come with you to your ashram, I cannot take any more at home. One person phoned me. I said, only to protect myself from people like you, I don't have ashram. But then what should we do? I said, you make your home as ashram. It is a grahastha ashram. It is brahmacharya ashram. It is vanaprastha ashram. It is sannyasa ashram. If you are a grahastha, make grahastha ashram. But how to make our house ashram? Call me to stay and suffer silently. Because ashram is a place where everybody suffers. But nobody complains. See friends, this divya drishti, When it is opened, it means everything is included and nothing is excluded. See? When nothing is excluded means the sense of otherness has gone. Then, where is the world? This world is looked upon according to our scriptures in two ways. One way is, this world is an illusion. Means what? Illusion means which is experienced but which doesn't exist. Like the mirage waters. We do experience. But does it exist? The sunrise and the sunset, we do experience. But sun neither rises nor sets. When we are sitting in a moving car and look at the road is running in the opposite direction. We do experience. But is the road running in opposite direction? Therefore, illusion means it is not that it doesn't exist. It is experienced but has no existence. If this understanding is clear, then next understanding. Any experience which requires n number of conditions to happen, that experience is an illusion. See? The road running in the opposite direction. When can we have this experience? When we are sitting in a running car and looking at the road, then only the road is running in the opposite direction. Now do the experiment. Jump out of the running car and see whether the road is running in the opposite direction or not. Then you will come to know that other car will come and run over you. You will get realized. So this running of the road in the opposite direction requires a particular condition, is it not? I am taking you step by step. Next example. Colors and forms are seen because of the eyes. If eyes are not open, colors and forms are not seen. So, colors and forms can be seen under n number of conditions. Condition number 1, colors and forms must be bathing in the light. 2, eyes must be functional. 3, eyes must be open. 4, eyes must be focused on these worldly colors and forms. Then only the experience can happen. See? Go one step further. This waking world, when does it come into existence? One small girl like here who was singing the last one, she asked me one day one question. Swamiji, when the world was created by God, so I said, who asked you to ask me this question? Mummy. Because such a stupid question cannot be asked by children. Then I asked, Mama, why don't you ask me? No, Swamiji, I am afraid of you. I said, I am a vegetarian, I don't eat people. Then I said, look here, to answer my question. When did you wake up? Swamiji, I said, simply answer anything. 7 o'clock. The world is created at 7 o'clock. And where from the world begins? The world begins from our gross body. Gujaratis cannot say gross body. They say gross body. So, the world is created the moment we are identified with the body. The world is created and starts from our own gross body. Think. Therefore, where is this whole world? It is only in the body identification. If there is no body identification, the world doesn't exist. If there is body identification, the world exists. So this world is a virtual reality, not the actual reality. See friends, now go one step further. Colors and forms are illumined by the eyes. when the eyes are closed, is there any loss to the eyes that they cannot see color and form? No. When the eyes become blind, is there any loss to the mind? No. Mind is still there as it is. And when the mind is enfolded, as in deep sleep, is there any loss to the consciousness? No. Consciousness continues to be. So this independent conscious existence is the abode which contains everything. Therefore, Mayeva Sakalam Jatam, Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam, Mai Sarvam Layam Yati, Tad Brahma Dvayamasmyam. This is the second vision. Either accept this world as an illusion and reject it, or accept this world as real, as your own being. When you accept this world as an illusion, you will not be bothered by the world. And when you accept this world as your own extension, you will love the world without any efforts, as we love ourselves. Do we say to ourselves, I love myself, I love myself? No. In this manner, this Vishwarupa Darshan is all inclusive. And this can happen only when this I disappears. Like when the I disappears, then the sleep begins. See, friends, the more you contemplate on this, we become subtler and subtler in our understanding. And after we become extremely subtle in our perception, then the Lord says, Maya prasannena tavarjunedam Rupam param darshitam atma yoga. Hey Arjun, Maya prasannena. It is only by the divine grace and the blessing that we can destroy and discard this Mr. I. Vedanta tells us, freedom is never for I. Freedom is from I. Till such time I is there, you will continue to suffer. The day this I disappears, everything disappears. Till such time I is there, sleep has not begun. When the I disappears, sleep begins, even in satsang. See, friends. Therefore, all spiritual practice is discarding and dissolving this illusory appearance called as I. See, friends. And for that, here the teacher says, first 6 chapters, we have done 2 things: redefining our I, disciplining our I. Thereafter, we have to surrender this I, which is redefined and disciplined. Redefined and disciplined I alone can be surrendered. Once I went to somebody's house, and the mother and father, they told the child, Swamiji, please come. So when I was getting, they called their useless fellow, Chinnu, please come, Chinnu. Do namaskar to Swamiji. Please do namaskar. Swamiji has come in our house. You have to do namaskar. No, I will not. When the child is not redefined and not disciplined, you cannot take any work from it. Exactly the same way, unless this I is properly defined through karma and the I is properly disciplined through yoga, this I cannot be surrendered. See, friends. And what is the surrender of the I? Surrender of the I is, we have no complaints. Surrender of the I is, we are at peace. Surrender of the I is, we are ever cheerful. See? And when this starts happening, then the divine grace is ready to give the final touch. Unless we put efforts, divine grace will not come down. See, friends, there were 2 students, friends. One of the student completed his college, whatever, and he was passed by getting some grace marks from the university. And the other student failed. So the one who failed, he filed a suit against university. These people are against us because we belong to this community, that community. So the judge asked, what happened? My friend, he got grace mark from the university and he passed. Why the university has not given me also the grace mark? So the judge asked, okay, what was the number of marks your friend got? Oh, 50% is the requirement. He got 47%. So 3 marks were given by the university as a grace marks and he passed. But university didn't give me. Okay. Now, next question. How many marks you had when you finished your examination? I had 3 marks. Now his objection was, यूनिवर्सिटी के जेब से क्या जाता है? Whether you give 3 marks in grace or you give 47 marks in grace, what is the meaning? Exactly the same way. When we put efforts, purify your eye, discipline your eye sincerely, and when a right time comes, that time divine grace will descend on you. On the spiritual path, there is no quota. There is no reservation. No, Swami, it is okay for you, you are a sannyasi, but we are grahastha. You are a grahastha, is it a qualification? See? Work hard. See, friends. Therefore, Maya prasannena tava Arjunedam. Arjuna had purified his eye, disciplined his eye, and surrendered before the Lord through inquiry. Then to him the Lord has revealed. And therefore he specifies, na veda yajna adhyayaihi, na danaihi, na chat kriyabhir, na tapo virugraihi. All our spiritual practice is only this thing. Study and then do karma and then go to temple and give something in charity. You go to Vrindavan. Everything is so professionally perfect there. The beggars are sitting there in a big queue. And some of them are doing business in that. Give 1 rupee, they will give 90 paisa, 10 paisa coin. And then you give dhanam to everybody. Again it is recycled. And again second rupee comes. This is how. So we feel we have done dana, we have finished our spiritual practice. No. Unless these 2 things happen. Purify yourself, discipline yourself. Then the divine grace will come, otherwise it won't. So, mate vyatha macha vimuda bhavaham društva rupam ghora midrung mamedam. Therefore, Bhagavan says, now don't be worried, be happy, be cheerful, pritamana, vyapeta bhihi, discard the fear from your mind. And now you wanted to see my original form, here is this. And Bhagavan thus is reduced from the Vishwarupa Darshan to his original form. Sanjay Uvacha Ityarjanam Vasudevastatotvam Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyaha Ashvasayamasa Cha Bhitamenam Bhutva Punas Saumya Vapur Mahatma. Sanjaya says, in this manner, iti Arjunam Vasudevaha tatha uktva. So having thus said by Bhagavan to Arjuna, then Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyaha. Again the Lord has revealed his original form with 2 hands, 2 legs, like any common person. So there are how many forms of the Lord? This is the foundation of our scriptures. We have to understand in completeness, not halfway. First, the Lord is Saguna Sakar. Second, the Lord is Saguna Nirakar. Third, the Lord is Nirguna Nirakar. Saguna Sakar means with attributes and with form. So Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Rama, Shivji, Saguna Sakar. Then Saguna Nirakar with attributes but no form. So he is the inner controller. He controls the vision in the eyes, he controls the stupidity in the mind, he controls the heat in the fire, he controls the movement of the planets. So inner controller, therefore Saguna, but Nirakara doesn't have a particular form. The third one, Nirgun Nirakara. From the absolute standpoint, there is neither anything ever created nor anything ever destroyed. Na nirodho na cha utpatti, na baddho na cha sadhagaha, na muktaha na mumukshurvai ittesha paramartata. In the Advaita Upanishad, in the morning class, we have seen nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. When the waves are created, nothing is added to the ocean. When the waves are destroyed, nothing is lost to the ocean. See? So both waves and ocean are essentially water. From the water standpoint, Nirgun Nirakar. There is neither cause, the ocean, nor effect, the waves. So this is Nirgun Nirakar. Saguna Nirakar, ocean. Ocean doesn't have a particular form. Therefore Nirakar. But Saguna, he is alone controlling the birth, maintenance and the death of every wave. And the wave is Saguna Sakar. The wave has form, it has life and death. In this manner, when we understand the reality from all the three standpoints, changing our vision with respect to these three standpoints is the Divya Drishti which Bhagwan Krishna has given to Arjuna. Divyam dadami te chakshu pashyame yogamaishwaram. This is what he meant. So, Arjuna vacha društvedam manusham rupam tava saumyam janardana idanim asmi samvruttaha sacheta prakritim gataha. And when Bhagwan Sri Krishna again reverted back to his own original form as the driver of Arjuna's chariot, then društva idam manusham rupam tava saumyam janardana. Hey Janardana, Jana means Maya. Ardana means destroyer. The one who is the destroyer of the Maya is Janardana. See. And Bhagwan says in the 7th chapter, Daivi Hesha Gudamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva ye Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. We cannot play with the Maya of Bhagwan only one way. Mam eva ye Prapadyante. There's only one way. Surrender totally, fully. No choice. Give yourself zero choice. You will be 100% happy. You reduce your zero choice and you seek for 10% choice. You will be 90% happy. You give yourself 50% choice. You will be 50% happy. Give yourself 100% choice, you will be 0% happy. It is directly proportionate, indirectly rather, inversely proportionate to the choice that you give to yourself. See friends, therefore here, Saumyam Rupam Janardana, hey Janardana, seeing your this very soothing, sweet form, now I have collected my wits. So, Idanim asmi samvruttaha sacheta prakritim gataha. Now I have become normal. I was so frightened seeing your terrible form. Friends, an ordinary person talks about, Swamiji, by God's grace, everything is fine. When it is fine, it is God's grace. When something goes wrong, why God has forgotten me? He has not forgotten. He is reminding you. Wherever there is a pain, it is a reminder. You are going away from your natural state. When there is a pain in the back, that pain is not given to us to torture us, but to draw our attention. Something is wrong there. In the same manner, when there is some frustration, some insult, some kind of deception, immediately recognize the Lord is reminding us we are not in this world to get lost. The purpose of our life is only one. Let Him express through us in His full glory. That is the only purpose. Therefore, idanim samvrittaha prakritim sachetagataha. When Arjuna has thus said, now Bhagavan concludes this chapter. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drushtavan Trijanmama Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityam Darshana Kankshanaha. Now be attentive. I will not take you to the Adi Daivik understanding. Let us bring it subjective. Adi Daivik understanding is, hey Arjuna, this extremely difficult form that you have seen, which is extremely difficult, even the gods are all the time wanting to see this form. So all the gods, we have seen how many gods are there? 33. 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus and 2 Ashwini Kumars. These 33 types of gods, they are constantly wanting to see this form, but they have never seen. Now this causal level brings you to the subjective experience. What is the subjective experience? Deva means Dyotana Deva. Those who are illuminating. So for us, Deva is the sense organs, the mind and the intellect. So here the teacher says, Deva api asya rupasya nityam darshana kankshina. So we are also wanting to see God. See? And therefore many seekers get lost only in this. And then instead of focusing our attention on the experiencer, we get lost only the various kinds of experiences which we go through as the byproduct of our spiritual evolution. We get lost in that. See, one husband and wife at Mahabaleshwar, when they were coming, I don't know why, but I did say, Amma, why are you troubling this Bhole Baba? Casually I said. And Swamiji, did he come and tell you anything? I said, Mama, kuch nahi, aise casually I said nothing. No, he must have told you something about me. But I tell you now. What is that? She said, see, he does meditation alone. Meditation jode se karte hai. He is doing meditation alone. And you know, he sees different colors. I never seen any color. So what should I do? And why this is happening? I say, look here, you don't see different colors because your bulb is fused. Bulb ko theek karo, badlo. See friends, this is the struggle. And then somebody tells that when I was sitting for meditation, there was absolute darkness. And I was going through the dark tunnel. I don't know how many miles and miles I walked. And suddenly there was a bright light. My eyes were blinking. And with great difficulty, I saw. Then my divine guiding angel came. The other fellow, who was your angel? My angel was Raman Maharshi. Who was yours? Kasab. Fresh, latest. Don't get carried away by all these things. See, I'll give you one thumb rule, very simple. That about which you have no doubt and no question, that is you. Number one. That which has never come and never gone, that is you. So what is that about which we have no question and no doubt? And that is our presence. If somebody asks you, do you know Purusha Sukta? I don't know, but I'll try. There can be doubt whether I know fully or not. But if somebody asks you, are you there? Let me think whether I am there or not. No. Our presence does not fall in the purview of thoughts. That experience which does not involve the intervention of any means of knowledge known to us. The means of knowledge known to us are sense organs, mind and intellect. So that experience which does not involve these three faculties, that is our presence and that is our real nature. If this is accepted, what will be the spiritual practice? Drop sense organs, drop the mind, drop the intellect. Meaning, anything that is gathered through the sense organs, the worldly objects, drop them. All experiences, good and bad, joy and sorrow, gathered through the mind, drop them. And through the intellect, when an experience happens, an experiencer is born. Drop that experiencer also. And that which we cannot drop, that thou art. See, friends, this is the Vishwarupa. You have not done yoga, you have not done japa, you have not done charity, you have not gone to holy place, or only sitting here and simply correcting the focal length. This experience that you all have at this moment, it is a trailer of God realization. Friends, this is the Divya Drishti Bhagavan Krishna has given to Arjuna. You all must have seen there are some three-dimensional pictures. From outside it appears it is nothing, some design. Once it happened in Ahmedabad, I went to somebody's office and he was doing something. I said, you do, don't worry, I can wait, I am not in a hurry. And there on the wall there was a picture in a small frame, maybe A4 size paper picture. So I was waiting and seeing that what it is. So my friend asked me, Swamiji, can you tell me what is in that picture? I said, why? No, it is something secret. I said, okay, I'll tell you. And in a fraction of a moment I told him that there is Sai Baba sitting in his standard posture. Behind him there is Om. Behind the Om there is the sun with the rays. And next to him on the right side there is a dog. When I said, he jumped out of his chair. How did you see that? I could not see till date. I said, that's your problem. Then he took out one booklet from his drawer. There were 30 pictures. If you can tell me these pictures, what they are. Same type of, three-dimensional pictures. I said, what will you give? He said, 30 pictures, 300 rupees. I said, keep 300 rupees. And I said, no, start writing down. But you don't see a label. I say, I will not see a label. I will not cheat. I cheat only while giving lectures. So, then I started. One by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in 10 minutes, 10 seconds, all the 30 pictures I told. He said, I don't know how did you do that. I said, it's a very simple technique. The technique is, let seeing happen, but let seer be not born. Let hearing happen, but let hearer be not born. Let knowledge happen, but let the knower be not born. Let experience happen, but let no experiencer be born. There is nothing to understand in this. But we struggle. Yes, I understood. So what will you do? दूसरे को बताएंगे. See friends. Therefore Bhagavan says, Deva api asya rupasya nityam darshana kankshina. All our faculties are constantly searching and seeking. What our faculties are seeking? Only one thing, and that is happiness. And that happiness is God. So sense organs are trying to get happiness by indulgence with the worldly objects. The mind is trying to gather happiness by listening goody things about us. The intellect is trying to become happy by understanding something. And thus, all our faculty Deva, they are only struggling to get happiness. But the truth is, happiness can never be got. Happiness can be discovered. And how do we discover? When we remove the covering of the sense organs, when we remove the covering of the mind, when we remove the covering of the intellect. Thus, experiencer, experiencer and experiencer. When these three, the trio is lifted away, and what remains? That is the truth. Deva api asya nitya darshana kankshinaha naham vedayirna tapasa na dane na chejjaya shakya evam vido drashtum drashtavanasi mam yatha. This kind of experience you can never have by the routine techniques of studying the Vedas, doing the tapasya, standing on one leg, then giving charity, dhanam, and doing a lot of yajna, etc. You will do all that, but this experience of your all-inclusiveness can never be had. Because these techniques are only taking us away from ourselves. Bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya aham evam vidorjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. Be very attentive. Bhaktya tu ananyaya. Then what is the technique by which we know this? Ananyaya bhaktya. Ananya bhakti means what? Anya means other. Ananya means not other. So that devotion where the sense of otherness has disappeared, that is Ananya Bhakti. If we keep God other than us, we will have fear. God is not an instrument of fear. It is an experience of joy. See, Ananya Bhaktya. Therefore, don't ever imagine that God is somewhere above the clouds. Just try this simple technique. In a school classroom, when the teacher is not there, all the children are creating a poultry farm, isn't it? Caw, 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 caw. And the moment somebody tells, hey, Miss is coming, the moment they get the message, Miss is coming, immediately they become quiet. Why? Now they have become aware that the teacher is coming. Everything stops. Be attentive. Simply be aware. Before any action is done, the Lord knows. Before every word is spoken, be aware. The Lord hears. Before any thought erupts in our mind, it is registered in Him. When we remain aware of His presence, there cannot be any wrong actions. There cannot be any wrong words. There cannot be any bad or wrong thoughts. Living in this awareness of His presence in our heart is called as devotion. Ghanti bajana is not devotion. See friends, bhaktya tu ananyaya shakya aham evam vido Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, in this manner, as you have seen me, one can see only by this ananya bhakti. So here what will be the meaning of ananya bhakti? Include everything in you and exclude nothing. And for that, life is very simple, friends. How do we do this? Bhagavan Sri Krishna gave the last instruction to Uddhav before he concluded his Leela. In Bhagavad Mahapuran, this thought comes. When Uddhav was crying, "Oh Lord, when you go, what will happen to me?" All of us do the same thing. The person who dies, we are not worried about him. We are concerned about us. अब मेरा क्या होगा? तुम भी मरोगे. See friends. So when Arjuna, this Uddhava was just crying, "Oh Lord, don't go, you take me also with you." Bhagavan said, "Nothing doing. Now live in this world with the following instructions. Number one, don't stay in one place, keep moving. Number two, when you are moving in this world, don't praise anybody, don't condemn anybody, don't ask anybody to come, don't ask anybody to go." Then it is the reason. The reason is because when you appreciate or condemn anybody or anything, when you invite or ask to tell somebody to go away, we have taken this world to be real. This world is merely an illusion. Therefore, don't get lost. Like we don't get lost in the lost because our lottery win that we had in the dream, we could not smuggle it in the waking. See friends, in this manner, evam vidha, in this manner, when we come to discover jnatum drashtum, first know, then experience, and then tattvena praveshtum cha parantapa, then merge in this absolute reality, then you will come to discover that nothing was ever created, nothing is ever destroyed. Energy is not created nor destroyed. Energy is only transformed. Matter is never destroyed. Solidified energy is matter and broken matter is energy. This world is just going on and on and on. See? Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyam veda sarvani natvam veda parantapa. In the 4th chapter, Bhagavan says, Arjun, I have taken millions of births, you have also taken millions of births. The only difference between you and me, I know this. It's a big drama. You don't know. You have become serious about it. That is all. Therefore, mad karma krut mad paramo mad bhakta sangavarjitaha nirvairas sarva bhuteshu yassa mameti pandava. So, mad karma krut mad bhaktaha, my devotee is who? Mat karma krut. He is doing everything in his life for my sake. See, when it is possible? Atma tvam girijamati sahachara prana shariram gruham pujate vishayopabhogarachana nidra samadhi sthiti sanchara padayo pradakshina vidhi stotrani sarvagiro yad yad karma karomi tat tadakilam shambho tavaradhana mat karma krut. Whenever we do anything for the Lord, how do we do this? In the third chapter, Bhagavan tells, Yajnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham ishwarartham tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. Whatever is done for the sake of the Lord, samachara, it is done perfectly. See? Suppose you are doing puja. So will you say to your wife or somebody that, hey, जरा वो कपड़ा ले आना, भगवान को पोंछना है. बाबूजी कौन सा कपड़ा लाओ, बाथरूम का ले आया यार. No, the best clothes, unused. And when we have to give the naivedya to the Lord, will we say, oh, अपने वो डब्बू का जो बचा हुआ था ना, वो ले आना, भगवान को भोग चढ़ाएंगे. No. Whatever is done for the sake of the Lord, it is the best, perfectly done. Mat karma krut means let perfection manifest through you in every action, in every word, in every thought. Devotee doesn't mean dumbo, भगवान की इच्छा. भगवान एक लगाएगा, वो भी भगवान की इच्छा है. मत कर्म कृत. Then mat paramaha. So for whom we are doing? We do the government job for the sake of government? No, for our sake. But when we are doing for the sake of the Lord, it is done best and for Him, not for us. Mat paramaha sangha varjitaha. And although we get involved so intensely, yet reserve your freedom to withdraw with a fraction of a second. We are unable to do that. We get involved with our grandchildren to such an extent that finally our children have to tell, Mommy, go, enough now, enough. And then we get hurt. Mommy, I have done so much more. See, one person asked me this question, Swamiji, why you are so particular about closing your lecture within time? I said, before you all go away, wisdom is to I shut my mouth. Then only it is wisdom. See, before my host becomes hostile, I should go away. In the same manner, every experience of our life is a rocket fired to change our direction from the dogward direction to the Godward direction. Then only we are walking the spiritual path. Therefore, sangha varjitaha. Don't get attached, involved with anybody or anything in this world. See, wherever you go, there only you are. Many people ask me this question. Swamiji, what is your headquarter? So I tell them, look here, I never work with a quarter head. I work with a full head. So wherever I am, that is my headquarters. See? And our condition is that only. एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. When we are in India, we talk about Australia. When we are in Australia, we talk about India. Meaning, sincerely we are not there where we are. And then we complain, oh God, why did you create the world like this thing? Just to torture you. There is no other purpose. Come to discover this freedom. Sangha varjitaha. Attachment has never made anybody happy in this world. Even attachment to God. Attachment is possible only when there is someone else. I am attached to the mic. I cannot say I am attached to myself. Remain in this absolute self, like the space is. Space supports everything. This is the topic Bhagavan says in the second chapter. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapaha, na shosheti marutaha. This verse is applicable to space. Shastrani, the earth, does not destroy this space. The pavakaha, the fire, doesn't burn the space. The waters doesn't wet the space. And the air doesn't dry the space. Yet, the space supports everything. This is our essential nature. Eyes support everything, but they are not attached to any color and form. Ears support every sound, good or bad. They are not attached to any sound. Mind supports every thought, good and bad. Mind is not attached to any thought. Consciousness supports waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Consciousness is not attached to any experience. Remaining unattached is our natural state. Remaining attached is abnormality. And whenever it is abnormality, we suffer. See? Therefore, Sanghavarjitaha Nirvairaha Sarva Bhuteshu. And when you are not attached to anything or anybody, then Nirvairaha, you cannot have enmity with anybody. For us, Swamiji, everything is okay. But to tell, my neighbor is God, I can't believe that. Gods can never be neighbor. They are always devils. Nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu yahasa mam eti pandava. He who has thus discovered the meaning of devotion in its entirety, not only little part. He alone, mam eti, he alone merges in me. Therefore, when the limited I is expressing, it is called as Jiva. When the infinite I is expressing, it is called as Mahatma. Mahatma means the one from where Paramatma is manifesting in his full glory. That is Mahatma. And what is CH Atma? Chota Atma? Where only complaints, frustration, and we are all miserable because of our children. We are not miserable because of our parents. What is the reason? The reason is we have no choice about parents. Therefore, less misery. About children, we have million choice. When Amma asked me, Swamiji, you please tell me what is good, engineering or medicine? Now, how can you reply this question? I said, for whom? My son. I said, okay, sit down. I asked him, 17 into 9, how much it is? So he started. I said, are you pressing buttons or what? He said, no, I am seeing the calculator. I said, then you should take medicine. You are not fit to take engineering. There is nothing, something good, something bad. You find out for what you are fit. In this manner, where you thus discover, this world has always been like this. We are in this world only for one purpose. And we become a live instrument through whom the divine expresses in his full glory. It is for this purpose Bhagavan Sri Krishna has given this Divya Drishti to Arjuna, and through Arjuna for all of us. Let us live in this vision and be happy. Om